Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As we know, adults over 30 tend to have a lot of stresses and things going on, and school can be quite an added stress with trying to find time to study and complete coursework and take care of all the requirements from individual classes, let alone if you're taking multiple classes, which can be even more of a stress. And life itself can just get to you, with kids and work and family and home and again, college. And stress can raise and anxiety and worry and everything else that goes along with that. And me, myself, I've experienced it quite a lot. But don't worry, there's always ways you can deal with the stress and deal with anxiety. But one thing you need to remember is that it's not going to kill you. You know, placing unneeded stress and pressure on yourself to get an A when possibly a B or even a C at a given assignment is acceptable. You know, the day is going to end, tomorrow's going to start, and you can always try again. But one thing that I personally do when I'm stressed out is I'll leave it alone. If I'm attempting an assignment or something to the effect, anything really in life, and it's stressing me out and worrying me, sometimes it's better to leave it alone and walk away, take a breath, and come back to it with a clear mind. Because forcing yourself to work on something when it's feels like the weight of the world is crashing on your head in regards to this assignment or this project or whatever the individual item may be is one of the worst possible things for me. Some people may deal with it differently. So that's one stress reliever. Leave it alone for a little while. Come back with a clear mind, clear energy. Go do something completely different and get your mind off of it and relax. Another way to relieve stress is to work on the assignment slowly and take breaks. You know, nothing worse than trying to cram for an exam or trying to cram for, an assignment or stressing yourself out trying to do researches and trying to quote your sources and everything, especially when you have kids and stuff like that, bouncing around the house, making noise. It's nothing more stressful. So take a break. Work for 30 minutes. Take 5 minutes. You know, throw a ball with your dog. Watch some funny videos on YouTube, something like that. Just to free your mind up and not make it so monotonous. Another stress relief for me is roller skating or some other form of physical activity that you actually enjoy. You know, that way, you know, when you're stressed out, you've had a long day, you've worked, kids, schoolwork, everything else going on. Find something that you enjoy doing physically because that way you actually work that stress energy out of your system, and you get it off your mindset, or at least that's one way that I've found helps out, between working on school and everything with my children and my wife. It helps me. Um, a third way to deal with stress, of course, there are things like yoga and stretching and rhythmic breathing, which some people really enjoy. It's not really my forte, but, there are some times where you just want to stretch and it actually feels good. So, that could be another way to try to relieve stress and relieve pressure off your mind if something is overly weighing your mind down with stress and anxiety. This is a bad thing to do. Coffee, worst thing for stress and anxiety. Makes your heart race, messes with you, but it's still early in the morning. And most adults over 30 know that as we get older, it gets harder and harder to get up in the morning. Let me see. Another way to relieve stress would be to find something that makes you laugh. Whether it's a game with your family, videos on YouTube, go telling jokes with friends. because laughter has a way of lightening our mood and lightening our spirit. And that's, when you have a light mood and a light spirit and you're having a good time and laughing and listen, enjoying yourself, it's a little hard for stress to weigh on your shoulders. So laughter is always a good way to deal with stress. And it might seem, oh man, I'm stressed and worried. How am I going to start laughing? Find something that or think of, whether it's a stand-up comedian, like me, myself, I'll watch Cat Williams, I'll watch Jeff Dunham, I'll watch old Eddie Murphy, I'll just watch stand-up comedy or silly, funny cats and dog videos on YouTube, just something, excuse me, I know will make you laugh. I mean, eventually, yeah. At first, it might be still kind of stress, worried face. But eventually, that silly cat jumping into the box and disappearing, or jumping out of the box and spooking the dog, is going to make me laugh. And it's going to lighten my spirit, lighten my mood. So that's what I would say would be the stress relievers that I use at least the most. Now, I'm sure there's several more, but those are the ones that tend to work for me. Again, I want to thank everyone for their time and hope that you can get a smidgen of help with the stress and anxiety of college and just of life in general. And have a nice day. Thank you.